Now that you've gone over how to use the different supplies for painting, we're going to get started painting your different shapes. We only want to start with the primary colors. So, on your pad, Miss Gore should have sprayed wet the yellow, the blue, and the red. Can you see the shiny puddle in there? Now they're ready to be used. If they're still dry, there's no liquid on them like the white one, see my finger's totally clean, then this one we can't use right now because it's too dry. But the ones that are wet are going to be ready to go, and they're the primary colors. I want you to start with just your yellow one. So figure out which shape you're making yellow. Here's the one I labeled with a Y, so I know that's the one I'm going to make yellow. The first thing we do is we get our paintbrush wet. This does not mean smashing it. It doesn't mean splashing. You just dip it in and pull it back out. Then maybe give it a little wipe on the side. It's just like you're sliding it across, and that'll get just any extra water that's too much out of there. I'm going to keep my water on screen, but please keep it off of your actual paper. Then I'm going to come over here and get my yellow, and we're going to spin the tip of the brush around. Not scrub, not flatten and pound, just spin it around, and you'll start to see the tip of the brush right here turn really yellow. So I'm going around, spin, 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 and it's starting to turn really yellow. That means I'm ready to go. To do our painting, the first thing I want you to do is to do the edges. So you come close to the edge and you go across and try and keep it inside of your shape. See how I did that in one move? I set it down and I go all the way across. And see how bright and yellow it is? Now I'm going to come back and do some more spins before I keep going. Spin, 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 spin. I haven't hurt Mr. Brush's hair. He's totally ready to go. And I'm going to go across the other edge. One slow move. One slow move. Now this part's a little trickier. This is an area I want to skip. So I'm going to come down, a smooth move, and stop. I'm not coloring this part. It's an overlap. This has the dot in it, but not this side. So I'm going to come over here. I'm basically going around the edges or outlining it with the paint so that I remember, where am I going to do all the yellow? That is your first step, is to go around the edges. Take your time, and if you don't think it's bright enough, come back over, spin, 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 spin. Really bright and yellow now. And I can come back here along the edge. Now that it's outlined all the way around and the dot is still in the middle, I can paint the inside. This is not the time to rush. I still want to take my time. So here's my paint. I spin some more. And now I'm going to smoothly and nicely, using just the bottom, paint my shape. I don't want to go outside of the beautiful outlining I did, so I'm going to take my time and go back and forth. If it's starting to look too light, I come back over and spin. And then I keep going. I'm so calm and smooth with my painting that I haven't gone outside the lines basically at all. When I'm outlining, maybe there'll be an accident and I'll go a little bit outside of it. But when I'm doing the inside, there's no reason I should go outside of the lines. Now that I have my yellow shape done, my paintbrush is yellow, but I want to go into the next primary color, so I need to put it in the cup of water. And this is almost the same as the spinning. I'm going to spin it and just gently on the bottom. See how Mr. Brush is not getting flattened? If you're smushing it like this, that is not the right thing to do. That's going to hurt his hair. Sorry, Mr. Brush. Just spin. And the water, yes, the water will change colors, and that's okay. But the main thing is that we want to clean off his hair. Now it's really drippy and wet, so I need to wipe it on the side and come to the next color. Next, I want us to do our red. Our second color is red. We're going to follow the same steps though. So I'm going to spin my brush. Spin, 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 spin. And he's really bright and red. And what was the first thing I did? I outlined around the edges. So now I'm going to come over here and set down my brush and outline. If you have lots on here and it's almost drippy, be really careful and go really slow because we don't want big drips all over the place. That's not what we're trying to work on. We're trying to work on our really nice smooth painting and learning where those colors go in the color wheel. So I can keep going. Last time I had to keep spinning around to get more color on my paintbrush, but this time there's a lot of red, so I might go back in a little bit, but I could do almost all the outline this first time. So now I need to do the inside. The outline is done. I was careful about the overlapped areas. I just want the area that has this dot in it. Now I'm going to come here, spin some more. Gentle spins. I'm not hurting Mr. Brush's hair. And I'm going to fill it in, going back and forth nicely and smoothly. I'm not smushing the brush. Back and forth. Back and forth, smoothly. I haven't even had to pick up my brush. There's so much red on here. There we go. I was careful and smooth and slow. I didn't go too close to my edge, and I'm all inside the lines. The last color we have in our primary colors, blue. So we need to rinse our brush again. Get your cup of water, spin, spin, spin. And again, the water's going to change colors. And when you think it's all cleaned out, I'm not splashing or making any messes, you wipe it on the side. Get your paint set, find blue, and spin, 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 spin with the blue. I've got lots of blue on my paintbrush, and I'm ready to go. Take your time and outline first. I'm outlining, taking my time. There's no rush. We should be able to finish these just fine. And I'm making sure I look. This has the dot, this doesn't, so that's why I'm going around the edge over here. Outlining first, taking my time. And over here. Might need to come in a little bit. Then I nicely and smoothly need to do the inside. So I spin some more. And I'm ready to go. Nicely and smoothly. You might have different shapes. What's really important is that we get the areas with those dots from our triangle and not just all over the place. We want to show that we know our shapes and that we can make the color wheel. There we go. Now I've gotten my blue done. I have all the primary colors. I need to rinse out my brush a little bit. Wipe it off. And then I'm going to wait for the cleanup. Maybe even set Mr. Brush gently in the cup and leave him sitting on the desk until it's totally time to clean up. My hands are nice and clean. My picture is nice. I'm going to give it a little time to dry, but it doesn't even look like it's going to drip and be messy because we've done such a nice job of painting the outline first and then the inside of our shapes.